Greetings and welcome to TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. It's the weekly look into shadow issues of our lives. And in fact, we kind of focus on a particular one at the beginning of the month. My partner Banshee joins me, and we work from the Cries of the Soul's Oracle. So the major work of the shadow issue is about betrayal. The sense of people feeling that they can never trust anybody again. That trust is very, very hard to re-achieve, and the pain of feeling like you can't really open yourself up to anyone. So we're going to get to more of that in a moment. Right now we're going to start with an opening affirmation from the Dark Light Oracle. And that's by Carol Ann Eshanaze. I use it here often for Goth Tarot. These readings are good for the week beginning Wednesday, January 28th, and going to next Tuesday, I believe that's the 2nd or the 3rd of February. Exploring. Far-off lands are awaiting. And boy, don't we really all hope for that. You've stayed too long in the same place, in the same town. Your great big ship is getting bored in disuse, while an exciting new land is waiting far away to be discovered. So what are you waiting for? Your curiosity is unlimited and craves wild, unknown landscapes. Satisfy your need for adventure and conquest. Plan your travel, gather a brave crew, and off you go. As long as you remain mindful of showing respect to the people and places you'll find overseas, your trip will be a massive success. Affirmation. I give free rein to my desire of exploring new territories. I start a new journey and hope to conquer things unheard of before. My ship is ready, and so am I. And of course, that's a beautiful sentiment. I think there's a lot of people who would really rather be doing almost anything other than what the current, life situation or journeys seem to be about. So good luck with that, everybody. But we could also take it metaphorically too and realize that maybe if certainly life's current circumstances yield no good strategies or positionings, then maybe we have to find new ones. And some of that may be spiritual, mental, inside, figurative. It's something to think about. All right, so I mentioned earlier, the main theme for the month has been betrayal. I trust the outside world. So betrayal encompasses a lot of these situations where our behavior really changes because we expect to be attacked, so we're almost always on the defensive or even on the offensive, striking first to avoid being attacked. And of course, we make assertions or assumptions about others' behavior. Some of this may have come up in last week's reading with the idea of how we use diversions or tricks, or even the week before, the Dark Detour. But that's what it is pretty much. So what I want to do now is do our typical update card from the Erethereal Shadow Work Tarot. So this will be the final look at an update. Did we assimilate the shadow? Are we assimilating the shadow? Is it finding its natural place where it should be and not, giving us so much, strangeness or grief? So I'm going to pull the card for the update as I have asked that question. That's the Page of Wands. So this is a good prognosis. The Page of Wands is probably saying we are starting fresh. We are moving forward. We're putting out a better message. We're maybe giving it a go. We are trying to be more confident or brave about confronting this and this work. So I think that's pretty good. But now we're going to go back to the first episode and revisit what was called the Dark Truth. And the Dark Truth basically is the things that we do have to accept about this shadow, the betrayal. So I'm going to read from the warning section like we did then. When you feel that I am with you, when you hear my voice whispering in your ear or screaming at you, never to trust anyone, and urging you to try to find signs of deep manipulation in small details. There's a lot of paranoia expressed here. Take a break. Ask yourself, what is the root cause of your unbalanced suspicion and what you need to create new inner serenity? Questioning someone's true intentions may sometimes be justified, but when you do it systematically, it locks you away in a dark, forbidding cell. So this implies that maybe there is still, after all of this, some other reason that may still be holding some of us back from understanding the role of this kind of shadow and hurt in our lives. I'm going to pull the next card as that additional dark truth. It's the Ace of Pentacles. And so maybe the thing we fear is starting something new, starting a whole new thing. I mean, the Pentacles, can talk a lot about material existence. This could be saying that what comes from the root of our sense of being betrayed and not wanting to trust anybody is the fear of having to start somewhere new and create the world for ourselves over again. And of course, that can only be because we can't seem to stop this. We're in denial of anybody's attempts at trying to get closer to help us. And so we would rather perhaps run away or find a way to start something all over again, something new, and maybe avoid those other things. Even though the Page of Wands suggests that we have kind of gotten a grip on this, and we do find a way to look forward at something new, but we're still holding on. We're still holding on. And so each of us, if this is true of you, you have to really do that. You have to confront where this sense of betrayal or suspicion really lurks in your life. Is it because of the fear of having to start all over again and just deny that, just move away from it? Maybe running away works for it sometimes, but at some point there's nowhere else to run away. We're going to finish with a longer meditation, like we usually do on the fourth week, from The Secret Language of Darkness. So relax as I choose that. And we're hoping that we find this to be kind of the summation and denouement of our work with betrayal. So begin relaxing, counting backward from 10 to 0. Breathing calmly. If you have a secret mantra or word when you meditate, go ahead and say that now in your mind. And let's see what our card is, what our meditation will be about. Nyctophilia, comfort in darkness. Number 30. You have found safety in the shadows. You may have diminished yourself to avoid attention. And maybe you have felt invisible or overlooked in conversations and decision-making because no one seems to hear you. Perhaps you have retreated into the background, as observing feels much safer than interacting with others. Are you scared to speak up for fear of ridicule or confrontation? Moving within the darkness can help you be less fearful of the unknown. It can be a place of safety while you study your environment and build your confidence. However, if you flee into darkness, the shadow may obscure the solutions. Imagine yourself as a planted seed. Once it chooses to grow, it moves towards the lights. It is time for you to heal and grow by stepping out of the shadows into the sunlight. When you feel pulled to visit the darkness, it is to find harmony and balance within your heart and soul. Not to hide from the world. Turn on the light. It's time to grow. Now relax and breathe. Hold a breath for several seconds. Relax, breathe out. Release all tension. Focus on the middle of your chest, where your heart is beating and your breath is moving. And now see the golden staircase that descends into the earth. You begin to walk down the healing steps to a magical crystal cave. With each step, your surroundings become darker and darker until it is so dark you must feel your way down. When you arrive at the bottom of the steps, a violet glow lights the way to the back of the cave. In the dim light, you make out a seat carved into the amethyst wall. Move over to it and sit down. Once you are sitting comfortably, all light, sound, and smells disappear. It is now so dark that you can't see your hand in front of you. You feel the seat dissolve from beneath you, but you remain supported, comfortable, and suspended in the space. There is nothing for your physical senses to notice. No sound, sight, smell, taste, or touch. It's like a sensory deprivation tank, except you are floating in a black, velvety matrix. The unknown is becoming known as answers begin to form in the innocence of newness. Breathe in freshness and feel how wonderful it is to be at one with yourself and all things. Stay here for as long as you want. Eventually, you notice an almost tiny, imperceptible point of light pulsing in the distance. And so you focus on it, and it begins to expand and come closer. This light reveals a new dawn of beauty and harmony. And at this moment, you are reborn. Golden light surrounds you like a gentle mist, lifting and moving you from the back of the cave towards the golden staircase. And so now you float effortlessly. You ascend the stairs and arrive at the top with a sense of freedom and joy. You now know yourself on a deeper level. Still, you are so much more than you realize. Thank your shadow for enabling the darkness to show you your light. Now gently open your eyes. Take a few breaths to ground yourself. Remember the lessons of this visit to your most deepest shadow. It could be the key that what is hiding or covering that sense of betrayal that could be hard for you to crack. Embrace these concepts. Listen to these shows for January, maybe a second time, and see if that helps. But next week, we will be moving on to a new sense of a shadow work we need to perform. So join me and Banshee. She'll be back for that. That's next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And until then, don't forget to watch our live show, TFT After Dark, tomorrow night at 7 to 9 p.m. And then the Friday show, The Emotional Exchanges. That's my reading for all the signs of the zodiac, and will give an indication of what kind of romantic or relationship vibrations are around you. Saturday will be happy hour. There's a little bit of fungibility there. It may be a little late, or it's possible it may just be Banshee. I'm in between a medical appointment and other things, so just cross your fingers and hope to see us on Happy Hour. And then, of course, Banshees Material Matters is Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And we are live again for our regular live stream on Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m. All these times are Eastern Standard. Thanks for joining us.